Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So I'm going to do a stitch with me, and this is going to be one with some chat, and I'm working on my Lord of the Rings stained glass, which is this piece. I am working in this area here. So I'm filling in sort of around this bit here and then down to meet this stained glass. So this here is this little teeny tiny window here. So I'm going to be working in and bringing in some shape to the top of the second panel, which has Boromir, I think it's Boromir. Or is it Aragorn? One or others. Anyway, so I'm going to be cracking on with that this morning. I am about 80 stitches in. Well, this will make 80 stitches. So, yeah, I'm going to see how far I can get. And I'm also going to be looking at some of you guys' comments that you've been leaving me for the last couple of weeks since I did one of these. And the last time that I did a chatty stitch with me, this was the piece that I was working on. So... yeah, hope everybody's doing well. It is a November morning. It's still gloomy and dark, even though it's 7:15. And yeah, we're going to crack on and stitch away, see how far we can get. It's a Monday as I film this, even though it goes out on Thursday. I had a busy weekend. Hannah was at the dentist. We went out for Sunday lunch. I did my live stream yesterday. I topped up my thread. It's a good job I wasn't working overtime as well, otherwise I would have been completely done in. But there we go. So yeah, busy weekend, but productive. You know, I mean, I don't mind being busy as long as there's something at the end of it. You know, a result, and the result in this instance was some good productivity and outcome for everything. So yeah, there we go. So in terms of stitching, I have got in some stitching this weekend. I've got a model stitch on the go. I'm about a third of the way through, so I was hoping to get that back this week. So I really do need to crack on and get that done. So I'm trying to get through my rotation stitches as quickly as possible, and then I can crack on with the model. I'm quite happy that it's this one today, because this one, it is a quick stitch. It's all in the... Hannes, please stop jiggling your foot, because I can see it out at the corner of my eye. All 310 is a quick stitch, so, and in places this is very blocky. So yeah, I've got Hannah with me. She's working today, so she'll not be around for too long. So she's just... Yeah, she's still eating soft food after she had a tooth out at the weekend. So she's still eating soft food at the moment. And yeah, we are... it's just me and her. Lauren's gone to school, Andy's gone to work. The cat's knocking about, of course. Just ignoring me, as she does. Although she wasn't ignoring me at the weekend. She was all over me like a cheap suit. She doesn't like fireworks. So bonfire night falls on Tuesday this year, and Halloween fell last Thursday. We had fireworks on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, and last night. I fully expect there to be a few tonight, then of course Tuesday, and then probably intermittently going through to the weekend, and we'll have some next Saturday as well, I would imagine. So I really do think that fireworks should be confined to weekends only. Having them all week is just ridiculous. And, you know, people say, oh, we've got no money, it's cost of living crisis, this, that and other, and yet they can afford all these fancy fireworks. You know, I work for a living and I can't afford fireworks. You're looking at, you know, upwards of £50 for a box of fireworks, you know, if you want a halfway decent set. And I just think to myself, you know, how can people afford that?
Not worth it sometimes.
Exactly, Hannah, they aren't worth it sometimes, you're right. Yeah. I mean, I like a firework display as much as the next person, but not relentlessly like it has been. And it has been just utterly relentless. So, but anyway. So let's have a look at some of your comments, see what you've been talking about in the comment section. I've had a few videos go out since my last Chatty Stitch with me, including my unboxing of my Gecko Boo.
That's cute.
It is cute, isn't it? Did you watch it, Hannah?
No, but I saw the thing for it, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, there's all the other bits in the box that you've not seen. If you've got clean hands, you can have a look in the box. You're able to see everything now. There's like a little notebook, and there's a crystal, and there's a needle minder, and all sorts. It's on the top of the pile over there.
Oh, yeah.
Put the light on in the kitchen and you can have a look. You'll need a light.
I can see it.
If you can't get everything back in the box in the same way, just leave it and I'll do it, okay? Okay, so talking first of all on FlossTube 32, and Enid leaves me some smiley faces. Just put that at one side.
I got some little sweets.
Yes, I've got some sweets and everything. That's a crystal. And there's a little witchy spoon in there too. A charm. And then you see the little notebook. Yeah, and there's a needle minder as well that matches the... If you just lift out that whole thing, lift it out from this side, Hannah.
I'm not going to lift it out, I'm not put it back in.
That's okay, I can put it back in. Yeah, Enid leaves us... Sorry, Hannah's looking at this kit. Enid leaves us some smiley faces. Thank you, Enid. And my next comment is from Sandy. As I said, this is FlossTube 42. Great update, an amazing amount of stitches. It sounds like Andy's trying to get out of his bet by tempting you to have a new start. Nice try, Andy. It didn't work. Glad to hear that your model stitching is still coming in. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Yes, me too, Sandy. Thank you very much. So, yeah, the model stitching is still coming through, which I am very grateful for.
I didn't realise you'd got any in it.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, a little mouse.
Yeah.
Or rat, whatever it is.
It is a mouse, Hannah. It needs a tail, though, at the moment.
It's cute.
And yeah, I'll show you the full design later. So, yeah. So then Laurie comes in and comments, beautiful pieces. I didn't realise how big Night Cafe was until you held up the stitch after the picture. Wow. Andy just wants out of his bet, but is the 2025 count now at 25 with the Boo kit from Gecko, sorry, at 15 with the Boo kit from Gecko Rouge.
Okay, I think everybody else seems to know something I don't. What's this bet?
So I said to Andy, I'm having no new starts next year. This was last year. And he's like, yeah, I bet. And I'm like, I bet you a Gecko Rouge kit. But you see, the last time when he bet me last year about his video and getting to 100,000 views and what have you, he was wrong on that, and it cost him a Gecko Rouge kit. So, you know, I think he's learning now not to bet me because he will lose.
So, but look at the thing, instead you're going to have
Well, I don't know yet. I'm trying to keep it. I don't want. My absolute limit for work in progresses is 25. I've got 8 on at the moment. Yes, 8 at the moment. I have got at least. I've got 12 confirmed new starts. I've got the Lady in Blue and Megeko Boo. But then last night I was looking on Unconventional X Stitch and I've seen 2 charts on there that I really, really want.
Oh, that's a bad place to look.
Well, I've never really sort of looked at Unconventional X Stitch. But one of the ladies who was on my live stream last night, this is Monday as I filmed this, by the way, folks, shared a picture called Van Gogh Did Not Pass, or Didn't Pass, or something like that, which is a Lord of the Rings inspired Van Gogh
Oh, that's right.
piece. And it's a Balrog and Gandalf in Barad-dûr. And then on the website itself, there is another similar piece, which is the Fellowship. And I'm so tempted by both of them. I went to bed last night after doing my stream and scrolling as you do, and went on Unconventional X Stitch site, and I'm like, whoa, I want these pieces. So yeah, I might park Lady in Blue for both of those, which will then take me to 15 with the Boo. So yeah.
I don't think I've seen that Lady in Blue.
Okay.
Ooh, that's nice.
So yeah, I've got some decisions to make. Anyway, next one from Joanne. I watched one of your older videos and you've lost a lot of weight. Yes, indeed I have. And it's still going.
Should see you in real life, it'll be even better.
You look fabulous. I like the projects. You're stitching. How do you keep track where you are stitching? So 2 things. I use Pattern Keeper for my digital patterns, and I use Stitch Pal as well, which is an app where I can log my stitches daily, and based on the amount of stitches you've done, it gives you a projection of when the piece will be finished, or if you set an end date, it will calculate how many stitches you need to do per day to reach a finish on that end date. So there's 2 things that I use, but Pattern Keeper is, clearly a huge help because it keeps me in control of where I am on the pattern, and Stitch Pal obviously keeps me motivated because at the moment, after the extra work I've done on She Sleeps and the extra stitches I'm trying to get into her, she is now down for a Christmas 2025 finish. It was late 2026 a couple of months ago, but I've managed to get it to Christmas 2025. But I'm hoping it'll be a lot sooner than that because I'm keeping She Sleeps out as a focus for a finish next year. So, but yeah, Stitch Pal, which is an app, I certainly know it's for Android. I don't know about iOS, but it's really, really good for tracking your projects. I also set myself an annual stitch goal. I'm looking for 365,000 this year. Next year, I am looking to go a little bit higher, maybe 10 or 20,000 more. I don't know, because at the minute, the rate I'm stitching, I'm going to reach 365,000 by Christmas Eve. But of course, I know that at some stage I'm going to have some days that I'm not going to be so able to stitch. I've got some Christmas shopping to do, for example, and you know, there's always days that you can't stitch for whatever reason. So I'm fully expecting one or two of those. Okay, Jane 22 says, "You're so brave sewing huge pieces." They are fairly big, I have to say, you know, ranging from 150,000, I think, at the smallest, to 991,000 at the biggest. I have 2 supersized max colour, but I also consider my Realm of Middle-earth map to be supersize as well. And that is my absolute limit for the biggest ones. There are only the 3 that I have that are over 500,000 stitches.
You've got a lot of big ones, you.
Yeah. And obviously next year I'm adding the oh, do you want to just get that, please? Sorry.
Look.
Sorry about that. And stepdad rings. It's War and Peace that we get. And it's hard to get off the phone, so I've popped in a few stitches while we were waiting for him. Anyway, back to Jane's comments. She says, "I'm amazed at your production with these and I admire you for it. I think doing the 1,000 stitches at a time and then moving on is a good way for me to do my rotation, because it saves me getting bored. So I can just carry on and just move on to the next piece. And I think the difficulty is that if you do a lot of big pieces, you can get sort of a bit stalled by the stitching and you can get overwhelmed. So moving between the pieces frequently, a little chunk here, a little chunk there, it adds up. And then, you know, like when I do my whip parades and stuff, like I'm due to do one in December, the end of year, I'll look back from my mid-year and I'll be, you know, quite, you know, amazed by the progress that I've had since then. So, you know, just taking these 1,000 stitch bites in each one does, it does keep me motivated. Everything, she says, what huge amount of progress. Everything is about balance inside and stitching. Absolutely. Well done stopping because you were tired. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to have to frog because I'd done something stupid. We all do it. And, you know, you can sort of get overwhelmed with your stitching. And if you are not 100% in focus, particularly in a detailed piece, and you're tired, then yeah, the frog's going to come and pay you a visit. So I try and avoid that at all costs. I am a frogger, not a fudger. Occasionally, if it's one stitch, then I might fudge. If it's a large section that I've done wrong, then I would definitely frog. Although it's been a while since I've had a large section to frog. She says, I love the idea as well with the storm names, and says hello to Andy. Andy Andy quite enjoys being in on like my live streams and stuff, and he even chirps in on my floss tubes as well. I'm pretty sure if he was at home today, he'd be chirping in on this one too, because that's what Andy does. Bless him. He's very supportive, which is all I can ask, really, isn't it? Jean Scott says, oh my gosh, good work, you're amazing. Thank you so much, Jean. I don't consider myself as amazing, but I'll take the compliment. I'm just a stitching addicted person. My work time is spent counting down time to stitchy time. I am a bit stitchy obsessed like that. Andy still says now, every time I look weird without stitching in my hands. If I'm not stitching, there's something wrong. But yeah, it's all good. Okay. Sandy comments on my Stitch With Me with Daughter of the Deep, my chatty one. Lovely Stitch With Me, she says. I stitched along with my daydream. Glad to hear your weekend with Hannah went well. Shame about the train, but glad that it didn't spoil the weekend. No, it didn't. We couldn't. Bless Hannah for losing a bag and having to replace the items. I know exactly how you feel. I have a daughter who doesn't want me in her or her children's lives. It hurts so very much, but nothing I can do. Yep. Miss my 3 grandchildren too. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Yep. There's not really a lot I can say. All I can do is just wait things out. It'll probably take time, if at all, but I know that if I do anything, it might just make the situation worse, and I don't want to do that. Okay. Right, what else have we got? Norma. Norma Ferro, she's been a bit MIA just lately. And she comes and says it felt good to catch up with all you've been stitching on lately after an extremely busy and summer and fall and early fall around here. It's lovely to see you, Norma. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I absolutely love Envy and She Sleeps. You are so brave to work on so many huge full coverage pieces. Some of them actually, even though the fabric is big, the pieces themselves aren't that big. She Sleeps is 150,000 stitches, but because it's on 20 count, it looks huge. The Envy is on 25 count and it's 240,000 stitches, but it does need that sort of stitch count to be detailed enough. But yeah, absolutely loving both of those. Okay, Sharon comes in and comments a great number of stitches this week. And Enid on my flush tube with Realm of Middle Earth is running my playlist. I'll have to check the number on that. That just doesn't look right. So I'll check the label on that one. So yeah, I have everything now organised into playlists. So if you do fancy watching or having some stitching in the background, whether it be music, ASMR, or these chatty ones, I have a playlist for everyone. So if you just go to my channel homepage and select playlists, I also put my unboxings in a playlist and my techniques in a playlist as well. So yeah, they're all there. I've said this before, I have like a buy me a coffee link. So if you do want to contribute, there is that. But if you're not able to do that, and I understand that a lot of people are not, then stick on a playlist and just leave it to run. That will, Cat's been given the boot end. That always helps. So thank you all so much. Hi, Cat. On FlushTube 42, Linda says, you always make great progress on your projects. I love how they're coming to life. Me too, Linda, me too. Thank you very much. Okay. So, because this is shaped, I'm literally marking off each row as I go. I don't want to get it wrong enough to frog, because it'd be a big section to frog. Cat's down, having some more breakfast. Might have just heard a little mew then. She's been kicked out of Hannah's room. She's obviously been biting Hannah's ankles. Okay, Barbara West says, as one who has come in for every system update over the last 10 to 12 years I worked, I can relate to your glee at not being invited in. Yes, and I've had another weekend off this weekend, but more because I was busy at home than a system outage. But yeah, our seldom took longer than overnight, but it was a very long night. I worked for a network of 7 libraries that shared software to manage online catalogues, circulation, purchasing, and periodical tracking. Then she asks, have you previously done a full coverage intent stitch that was designed for full cross? I've been tempted to try it. I used to needlepoint and still have several books with charts in them that I'm tempted to try as either as full cross or tent stitch. Well, the only one that I can think of at the minute is my Night Cafe, because that is a Heaven and Earth Design Supersize Max colour. And all of her charts she puts as full cross. She does the thread allowance for full cross. So presumably they are designed for full cross stitching, but I am doing it in tent stitch. So yeah, it can be done. I think as long as you are working the tent stitch in such a manner that it doesn't warp or distort the fabric, then any chart really is game for being done in tent stitch. Kim Hollenbach does quite a lot of full coverage tent stitch. And who else does tent stitch? There's a few people that do full coverage in tent stitch, and I'll be honest, I don't think it makes much of a difference. So yeah, I think I've just split a block there. Yes, I did. Right, okay. Ashley from Ashley Stitching Corner, always flabbergasted with how much you're able to stitch every week while still working. I assume full time. Yes, you are correct, Ashley. 35 hours a week. Just move my camera teeny tiny. Also, thanks for the new start, you awful influence. No problem at all. I'm looking for other people for those new starts and storm names. Yes, I do work full time, but obviously because I work from home, I don't spend any travelling time, and my lunch times can be devoted to stitch time. So yeah, I love time. I have, and Andy works part-time, I work full-time. So Andy takes on the housekeeping and so on. He does. I've no idea how to work the washing machine. I rarely wash up, except when Andy's not here. I do my share of the cooking, and I'm mainly the cook. Andy doesn't do much cooking. So yeah, it's a case of we do have a divide of the household stuff, and he will do anything he can to make sure I can stitch. He knows that stitching makes me happy, So he will always say to me, I'm doing this so you can stitch. In fact, a couple of weeks ago on Sunday, he said, I'm going to cook dinner, you just carry on stitching. Although I did, help with the serving up and making the gravy, because Auntie doesn't do the gravy all that well. But that's another story. Okay. Pixie Pops. Hi, Pixie Pops. Just discovered your channel, and every one of these pieces is such an incredible work of art. I'm blown away. I'm a knitter rather than a cross stitcher, but I'll still be subscribing. Love your Halloween nails too. Thank you so much, Pixie Pops. It doesn't matter to me if you are a knitter, a stitcher, a diamond painter, an artist. However you have come to find my channel, if you enjoy what you see, by all means, hit that subscribe button. I do have the Simply I Stitch It and Friends Facebook group as well, and it is not limited to cross stitch. So if you are on Facebook, do feel free to join the group. This goes for everybody if you're not already in it. Feel free to join my Facebook group. There are over 215 people in there now, and it's a lovely little community. We share our work in progresses from my live stream, whether it be knitting, crochet, art, quilting, whatever, and we all celebrate each other's work. So yeah, do join the group if you're on there. But yeah, absolute pleasure to have you around. And knitting is just as much a craft. So yeah, you can sit on the stitchy bench with us, because knitting is stitching. The knit stitch, a pearl stitch, a moss stitch, cable stitch, they're all ending in stitch. So great stuff. Everyone is welcome. Okay. Uh, 721 Irish Peggy says on, again, still on FlashTube 42, lovely projects and wonderful progress. Thank you, Peggy. It's all good. Hope you're doing okay. And then I did an ASMR Stitch With Me, which had Night Cafe out. And Stitching Betty left me some flowers. And then on my last Stitch With Me with this piece, the lovely Enid left me with some thumbs up. So thank you very much, ladies. Okay. So on my last Chatty Stitch With Me, I was talking about maybe having another video go out on a Friday with, like, maybe cross stitch, maybe knitting, maybe diamond painting, maybe crochet, something else perhaps, because there are other crafts out there, aren't there, which I do. And Jenny Crochet Zone says diamond painting is so easy and addictive. I'm doing a Tunisian crochet jumper whilst listening along. Tunisian crochet, I did get the hooks and I had a try at it, but I definitely need some practice. I can't Tunisian crochet yet. But I'm determined to make it work. So there we go. Okay. Kashi gives me some waves on live stream 19 and live Wednesday and live stream 40 for Sunday. Playing the catch-up game there, Kashi. No worries at all. Okay. And then on my last sits with me with this piece, my last chatty one. Leslie Maud says, thanks for another great video, Nicola. Your rumbling tummy was quite funny. It's not rumbling so loudly today. It's shut up for the most part. But I do get it quite a lot, and I think it's purely because of the foods that I eat now. I eat a lot more fruits and vegetables than I ever did. So obviously that must have, an effect on my digestive system. It certainly keeps it active, let's put it that way. But yeah, it certainly does rumble a lot in the morning. But I'm not hungry. This is a silly thing. You would think that a rumbling tummy would be associated with hunger, because for most people it is, but I'm actually not. I don't get hungry in the morning until 10 o'clock-ish, something like that. So, yeah. It seemed to do it more when you were quiet. Yeah, it did. Very naughty it was. But, it seems to be behaving today. I had yesterday, it's Monday as I filmed this, we went out for a carvery lunch yesterday on Sunday with my stepdad. And I had some roast beef and some turkey. I had mashed potato, a little bit of mashed potato, not a lot. Yorkshire pudding and stuffing. And vegetables, I had some carrots, some broccoli, some cauliflower cheese, some parsnips, some peas, a little bit of gravy splashed on the top, some cranberry sauce. And today my tummy seems to be quiet. I don't quite understand, because I had just as much vegetables yesterday as I do every other Sunday, but maybe because somebody else cooked them. I don't know. Could be. So, yeah. I've also had a big cup of coffee this morning, and I'm part way through my second, so that also helps too. Speaking of coffee, she says it would be great to see you doing a diamond painting or crochet. It would be good to watch. Yeah, I actually have a friend who's expecting a baby, so I'm thinking about doing a little baby blanket. I'd like to do one like a basket weave style, that knitting, which is basket weave. I can't remember I don't think you actually just call it basket weave knitting. But yeah, I'd like to do a little blanket for her. It's her first baby, and she's been trying long and hard to have a baby. And I'm super happy for her. She's 18 weeks at the moment, so I want to try and do a little baby blanket for her if I can. She says she's not finding out her baby's gender, and her husband's family are quite upset about this, and they're putting pressure on her. Oh, we should know whether it's a boy or a girl, blah 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 blah. And I said to her, look, absolutely stand your ground. If you don't want to find out what your baby's gender is, that is absolutely your choice. Don't let anybody pressure you. I wanted to find out what my babies were, but I get that, some people don't. And, it's your baby, your body, your decision. They're saying, there's only so many neutral colours. There's loads of neutral colours. Pastel neutral colours there may not be so many of, but there's loads of neutral colours in the world. So, So I said to her, just tell them there are precious few surprises left in this world, and your baby's gender is going to be one of them. And stand your flipping ground. Oh, I do dislike it when people do that, and pressure people like that. I think it's awful. So like I say, I plan on doing her a little baby blanket, you know, cot blanket, pram blanket. So get my knitting needles out. I have to really start Googling for a pattern. But a baby's due in April, so I figure if I did something that was medium weight for sort of autumn, winter next year, that might be nice. So, yeah. Sorry to hear about your mental health problems this week, she says. I hope you're managing to get through it okay. Yeah, I am. I have weeks and weeks. I'm usually sunshine and roses, but some weeks it does get on top. I had a difficult week at work, and you know, like sometimes when it's just like the whole world can do one. It was kind of like that, but I think I'm through the worst, and I should just plough on, just carry on, and try and be more sunny. I think, you know, I had a good walk as well, and sometimes just going out for a walk can help because exercise creates endorphins. Endorphins make happy people. And I think sometimes just going out for a walk can help. Although it's not something that I do often enough. I do it from time to time. Saturday, me and Hannah got a good walk in, so then she goes on to say, enjoy the rest of your week and look after yourself, and thank you very much indeed. Okay. That were good. Okay, Linda on FlossTube 43, which was last Tuesday's, says, my goodness, you are making great progress. I love She Sleeps. I plan on stitching that after being enabled by you. Yeah, there's one or two people that have been enabled by She Sleeps. Obviously, I'm doing the regular size max colour, so the colour depth is a lot more, you know, the blending is a lot higher ratio of blending than the regular size, but you know, the regular size is equally beautiful. I don't know whether it's still available, but I know that Mareka, I say Mareka because I think the J was probably silent, but I could be wrong. Had it in kit form because there was at least one floss tuber who was doing it. Peace, Love and Stitches, I think, was doing the kit. But yeah, you all know, as I said early on, I did struggle with She Sleeps at the start, but now I'm just so into it. It's just, I love it. And any moment I get that I can put some stitches in it, I'm putting stitches in it. So, and with it being a focus for a finish, I am determined to get it done. I love to see how in Stitch Pal it's predicts my finishing time, and every time that I put like 1,000 stitches in, it knocks 3 or 4 days off it, and I'm like, yes, because I think my average is about 150 stitches a day on She Sleeps. Here comes our Hannah. You ready for work now, chicken?
No, but naked.
All right, okay.
I decided
You said you're going to go to work naked?
I decided since I don't want to go to work, I'm going to go to work butt naked and then I'll have to send me home.
Okay.
So, win-win.
Careful, they might lend you a resident's clothing.
Oh, good point. You're someone on the same side as me.
There you go. What time are you finishing today?
3 p.m.
And are you straight home or?
I'm on my own, so yeah, straight home.
Okay.
It'll be Thursday where I'll be home possibly a tad later because we'll walk up with Shelley.
Okay. If you're up to stay on, if they want you to stay on or anything, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, I will do. Do you want me to stop on? I'll stop on for 2 hour max.
Yeah.
5.
And then we can come and pick you up on way to Asda, can't we?
Yeah.
If need be.
It depends what I'm like for stuff.
All right. Okay. Kelly and Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. Hi, Nicola and Lauren. I always enjoy your floss tube. I'll catch your live streams as I can. Clocks go from daylight savings back to standard time this coming weekend, so I'll be back in sync. Great stuff, Kelly. I really do wish they wouldn't mess with the clocks. It's, now when I finish work at 5, I've been sat in the dark for an hour because it's getting dark around 3:30ish. I know. But if I'm busy, I don't even have a second to get up to switch it on. I finish around sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock. I finish at 5 o'clock, but it starts to get dark around 3:30, 4 o'clock. If it's been a gloomy day, a cloudy day, then it obviously gets darker a bit earlier. So... yeah, we said about my growling tummy and it's now off on one. Shut up, tummy. Oh, that was a defiant growl. Okay, let's have a drink. Okay.
Is this clean enough to get away with, do you reckon?
Yeah, it's fine.
I just saw a little mark on the sleeve.
Yeah, it's fine. Nobody's looking at little marks on the sleeve, Hannah.
I know.
You'll get to work in that coat and then you'll take it straight off, won't you, and hang it up somewhere.
Yeah, upstairs or something.
Is anybody going to be inspecting it while it's hung up, do you think?
Never know.
I don't think so, kiddo. Okay.
How are you doing?
So on flush tube 43, Jane says wobble is fine when holding such a large piece. Yeah, there's always a bit of wobble on my stitching shelf. It's going to be out on flush tube this week as well. Good to see you with progress in your patterns. I started Nantucket Rose, lavender and lace while I watched. Sewing it on blue white 32 count fabric from Pole Stitches. First time I'm using such fabric. I'm hopeful it will create sky and clouds in the scene. I'm hoping to change the hair colour to red for Anne of Green Gables. Okay, baby.
Okay, I'm moving up and down like I did chicken.
All right, okay. I've seen this done. Enjoyed the blog and hope you are successful with the weight loss. And hi, Lauren. Yeah, Lauren had to. Lauren kept sticking her head round on. Lauren sticks her head round and shows her face on my floss tubes, you see.
I don't show my face nowhere.
Well, there you go. If you showed your face, more people would say hi, Hannah.
I barely show my face at work there. I'm on the YouTube video. I'm not even kidding. You see me first thing in the morning, last thing I needed, and it fruit this like, oh, where's Anna? No idea.
Well, as I said, if you showed your face, but I'm sure people will respond to hearing your voice. So if you just say, hi, Mum's floss tube followers, go on.
Well, people know my voice, they're with me now.
And then they might say hi back. So if you say hi to everybody, they might say hi back. So say hi, everybody.
Hello.
There you go. If you are listening to this, please say hi back to Hannah in a comment.
I need friends.
Hannah says she needs friends. Oh. Get some diamond painting done, kiddo.
I can't wait for tomorrow because I Tyson at work tomorrow. And I ain't seen her for about 2 weeks, bless her. But he messaged me last week just to see how I got on with Shelley.
Ah.
She's lovely. Can't wait to see her. I get to see her. I get to see her twice this week. I'm in on Tuesday and Thursday. So.
Okay, cool. Right. Kashi on Floss 43. She's looking gorgeous. Presumably there you're talking about She Sleeps Kashi, because that was on the thumbnail as well. That beautiful eye. Oh, I was so pleased at how that stitched up. I really was. It just looks awesome. Patsy on Flash Tube 43 says it's going to be so good to watch pull up. What? No, it's easy for me to say, isn't it? It's going to be so good to watch you put colour into the Lord of the Rings stained glass. I can't wait until you finish the black. Well, 69,500 stitches to go, Patsy. If I was working on it monogamously, it'd take just over 2 months.
What do you mean by monogamously?
Monogamously. So monogamously it was by working on this piece and this piece just by itself, nothing else.
Okay.
So if I was doing that, it'd take about 2 months to finish all the black. And then I could start adding in them bits of colour.
I wonder if anyone's noticed that I've been gone all week.
Oh, I'm sure they will have done. They'll be glad to see you back.
I know, like, 1 or 2 will have noticed. But over the other that I'm not stopping.
They'll be glad to see you, Hannah. You're like a little shining star.
Am I?
Yeah. And if you're not their shining star, then it's them.
I didn't tell you I signed up for Work Secret Santa the other week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Because look, just across the road, she put her name down, so I thought, oh, I'll put my name down. I hope now I'll get little Jack, I know what to go. Otherwise, I should.
Well, if you need help with it, let me know. And if you've got a budget, let me know.
Budget £10 maximum.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I get someone.
Yeah, no worries, you do. I bet it feels like it only takes you half the time to fill in the colours. Yeah, it probably will, Patsy. I've got to get there though yet. As I said, I've got 60-odd thousand stitches yet of black. I've got a flipping knot in this. That's got it. Okay. Yes. There. Leslie says, Leslie Maud again on Floss 243. Hi Nicola, your stitching shelf is really coming along and looking beautiful. It certainly is. And I reach. Bye chicken, see you later. Have a good day. I've got to the end of the next sort of 10 deep row on it, so looking good. It's looking beautiful as they all are, but it is my favourite along with Night Cafe. Looking forward to seeing you working on that one this week. Hope you have a good week, especially as you have your girls home with you. Yeah, Lauren had half term and spent most of it in her room. She's a teenager, so what do I expect? She went to see her sister. She went out and did a bit of shopping. She went out with us to do supermarket shopping, handed out trick-or-treat sweets, went to slimming class with me. But, you know, when we were all at home, the vast majority of that time she spent in her room. But, you know, that's her. She's a teen and I get it. You know, 15, that's what I was doing too. I wasn't spending much time. Well, I was spending more time than she does with my parents, but I just spend a lot of time in my room. But then again, when I was 15, I was doing knitting and crochet and stitching. But then again, I had friends too, and homework, and I kept busy, I think. I don't think there wasn't a part of my days that weren't filled. And at 15, I was actually working as well. So, because I mean, back in the 80s, when I got to 15, it was different. You know, if you were 15, there were off the books jobs available. It was, you know, highly irregular, but lots of 15-year-olds did it. If it was just glass collecting in a pub or whatever, you know, you just went and did it. And I did a lot. So I could say about kids these days, but it's different now. Having a paper round is really difficult. Yeah, you've got to have permissions and all sorts, and I think. Okay. Peggy says she sleeps is so beautiful. They all are. Thank you, Peggy. And then Alexandria. Let me just get my head around this name because I'll butcher it otherwise. Alexandra Giangreco. Sounds Italian. Says, hi Nicola, I love all your projects. Thank you so much for your videos. Happy to see your progress. Thank you very much. I like to get I am both a progress and a process stitcher. You know, it is possible to be both, and that's me. For sure, that is me. The actions and the visuals. It is my therapy. Lose myself in floss and I'm happy all day. Okay. Sussex Stitcher K says, fabulous progress on all of the whips. Thank you very much. Do you know, I can't wait to do my end of year whip parade because I can see already the progress is going to be phenomenal on some of these pieces, especially like She Sleeps. You know, I mean, it would have been nice to have had a finish this year, but it's not going to happen because I have to put in nearly 1,000 stitches a day for it to be done. And I don't want to put everything else at a detriment just to focus on that. I want to get progress on all of them. So I should just be patient. Lynn Cordova says, lovely stitching. Thank you, Lynn. And then Laurie says, I'm just marking off, I don't want to get lost. Says, wow, your stitch count this week was amazing. I managed 250 a day. Nice progress. Hey, 250 is 250. I manage more. You know, some people manage less. It is all down to what time that you have more than anything. If I managed 250 a day, I would be okay with that. You know, I try and get in at least 1,000 a day, but some days I might only get in 300, especially if I'm at the office and then, you know, at weigh-in at my weight loss on a Thursday kind of thing. So if I am in the office and then going to get weighed, my stitching takes a massive hit, because I can do a little bit in the morning and a little bit at dinner time. I don't have time to do any when I get home. Then I'm at my class. Then I get home about 8:30ish. Then I have to eat because I haven't eaten before class. And then I might have an hour to stitch. So and sometimes I just think, can I be bothered? So, you know, sometimes I have those stitchy days where I get nothing done. And like when I were out and about with Hannah a couple of weekends ago, you know, not a lot of stitching done on those weekends because too busy doing other stuff. So yeah, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes I can get 2,000 stitches in, no problem. On a Saturday, if I'm not going anywhere and I'm not doing overtime, then boom, 2,000 stitches done. Especially if it's something like this, which is lots of blocky stitching. Or what's my supersized max colour, Daughter of the Deep. I can get lots in on her. It's a piece by piece basis. Look at that stitch wasn't quite in the right place there, but never mind. I don't think we can see it. Okay. Let's mark this row off. I really don't want to get lost. Natalia Mermaid's Cove leaves me some hearts on my last chatty stitch with me. And then the lovely Sandy says, great update, an amazing amount of stitches. She Sleeps is beautiful. Glad that the model stitching's coming in for you, and I hope you're all well. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I love She Sleeps. I'm also loving my model stitching because that's paying for the extra bits in life at the moment. Life is very expensive right now, but hey, it is what it is. YouTube earnings all help. Buy me a coffee always helps. And model stitching helps. Not so much with overtime from work, but that's okay. Overtime is starting to decrease as well, which is, in a way, it's a blessed relief, I have to say. I don't mind doing overtime, but it's nice not to. So. Alicia Bradley says, hello Nicola, replay crew in the house, beautiful project, She Sleeps. Yeah, so on the Wednesday Stitch with Me's, it is dedicated to She Sleeps, and you could see some blackberries on this last week's, and they were very clear. They look absolutely stunning. So I was very pleased with how She Sleeps looks. And Linda Loves to Stitch also comments on the same live stream and says very pretty. Very much so, yeah. And then Barbara Nellerman, again on that live stream says, hold on, let me mark that line off. Everything about this is so beautiful. I will actually be sad when it's finished and I won't be able to see it again. Me too, Barbara, me too. I will be sad when She Sleeps is done. She has been a huge part, like Maui Princess was a huge part of stitching. So, you know, because I was working on it so much. And then once She Sleeps is done, I was going to have a second rotation with like my big pieces in it next year. But I think what I might do is focus on a bigger piece, but what I'll do is I'll put it to the vote, I think, and sort out that when she sleeps is finished. Because once I've made all of these new starts next year, then I should be looking at whipping down like Jamie, because, you know, I will end up with about, well, over 20 work in progresses, and I really don't want 20. Well, I want 20 work in progresses, don't get me wrong, but I don't want 20 work in progresses. So I will be, you know, focusing on, I will nominate a new piece for focus on a finish, but then I won't have any more new starts once those, you know, looking at 15 new starts are done. And some of the pieces, the Gecko Rouge ones, actually aren't that big. So it shouldn't be a massive struggle to finish. Some of them are, you know, 350 by 350 sort of size. But some of them aren't. So, but I'm so looking forward to opening those boxes next year, getting those whips started. Okay, Enid on my ASMR night cafe leaves me a happy face. And then the lovely Nina from Nina Hobby Site on FlossTube 43 says, great progress on your beautiful projects. Have a great weekend. Happy stitching. Thank you, Nina. I love watching your progresses too. One of my go-to floss tubes that I watch. And I love how, you know, you put in some little videos of your local area and nature and all the rest of it. I think that's so nice. Okay. So my next lot of comments are on my Gecko Rouge unboxing. So I'm going to go through those, then that will be it for comments. Enid leaves me some really happy faces on that. And Ashley Stitching Corner says she should be a fun little stitch. Definitely different from your usual type of project. Can't wait to see her started with the others. And then Rosemary says a lovely design. Yep. So for those of you that missed it, it is an Anita Inverarity kit. And it is a witch, but rather than the witch being in traditional Halloween colours, you know, like green and bright orange and white and spooky and black and all the rest of it, she's in autumnal colours, in shades of browns and golds and stuff, which is really beautiful. It's not a kit that I would have selected off the website, but, you know, now I have it, I really do. I quite like it. So it will go into the starts and it will be stitched. Sandy says, love it. Can't wait to see it grow. Will be good to see it grow. Thanks for sharing. And then Linda, I really like this design. Very pretty. It was a mystery kit as well, by the way. So Kelly says, not my Halloween style, but the design is pretty. I'm sure your little witch will turn out cute. I look forward to seeing you stitching. Okay. Heidi, she's very cute. I can't wait to see her started. A slight point, a small bit shaped like stars and such is technically called confetti. Yeah, I get that. I just called it glitter because they were sparkly. And for me, confetti is something rose petal or horseshoe shaped that you chuck at a bride. So, yeah, I don't think it, you know, I'm not really sort of concerned. It's just, I knew what I meant. confetti can be a pain to clean, but not nearly as bad as glitter. That's very true. I love the little notebook, has replaceable pages. The biggest problem with most leather type notebooks is that the pages are sewn in. So once they're in, there's not much you can do with them, which seems a waste of such a nice cover. Yeah, I did find it very cute, that little notebook. I think Hannah was like, ooh, when she just opened the box as well earlier on. And then Heather Marie says, I've purchased a lot of gecko mystery kits over the years, and this is the first one I do not like. It's packaged beautifully and the goodies are nice. It's just not a chart I would ever stitch. I guess that's the risk you take when you purchase a mystery kit of any kind. Yeah, that is. You're not the first person that I've heard say that a mystery kit is not to their taste. But at the end of the day, it is, as you said, it's the risk that you take, isn't it? I had no, this is the first time I've had a mystery kit, and I had no kind of expectation. But, you know, the kit that I've got, I quite like it, but it's not something that I would have selected from the website. So I'm kind of with you. I know where you're coming from on that, Heather. She says, oh, well, I'll be taking a break from purchasing mystery kits for a while. I already have a load of kits from Gecko Rouge that are definitely keeping me busy anyway. But yeah, it is one of them things, you know, you either, you know, take the risk or no. And I'm kind of glad I did, but I get that not everybody, you know, was... what's the word I'm looking for? Keen on the design. I did think it was cute. And then the last comment is from Sonia, who just simply says, sweet. Yeah, a very sweet kit. I do have a few more comments which are from sort of live streams and things, but I will leave those for next time. There will be a start point. So it just means that I can pick, oh, excuse me, pick up. I've got a few other bits out this week, so there will be, I'm sure, some more comments for next time I film one of these, which will be a week on Wednesday, I would say. I'm getting in these stitches. It's really, really nice just to stitch blocky black, I'm telling you. I'm over 400 stitches now already, so in total. So deduct the 80, and I've done over 300 at the moment, which I'm pleased with. It's really nice when you're stitching the blocky stuff. You can really, really get some stitching miles in. It makes a huge difference. Oh, I hear school kids back to school for the little school round the corner today. I can hear them passing by. It's such a lot at Halloween as well, and Hannah and Lauren were handing out Halloween sweets. And they were like, oh, everybody was so cute and so polite, you know. And the little girl and boy from next door came round as well. And it was a little boy's first time trick-or-treating. So, yeah, they enjoyed that, I think. Hannah and Lauren had a little door cover that said Happy Halloween, which went across our front door. And on the window, they had some warning tape and fake blood handprints. And it looked like the zombies had attacked. And then I said to them, on Sunday, do you not think it's time that you cleaned my window? So they had to go and clean the window of the zombie blood. And yeah, pumpkins have been gotten rid of. And yeah, it's like Halloween never existed. Our next thing here is Christmas. And of course, I know that in the USA you've got Thanksgiving coming up, but of course that's not a UK thing. So our next thing will be Christmas. Early December, the tree will go up. And I shall be doing I've got a week off at the end of November. I should be doing my Christmas shopping that week. And I shall crack on and get those all sorted during that week off. And I should just then sit back and let things happen. Yeah. Hannah is also off the last week of November as well. So we will get to go shopping together. She likes that. Oh, crikey, I've lost a thread. She likes to come and help with the Christmas shopping. Mainly because when I go into stores like B&M and what have you and go and do my Christmas shopping, I mooch. I don't. Whenever we go into a shop with Andy, the first place he's heading for is the exit. But for me, I like to browse and take my time, and it's not unheard of for me to spend an hour in a shop. So yeah. It's all good. And yeah, she does enjoy having that moochy time with me, and you know, we have a conversation and we talk about, you know, what to get the kids as the stocking fillers, and you know, what do we think this person will like and what do we think that person will like, and so on and so on. And it's just a nice outing for us both, really. And then we go and have a drink or maybe lunch out or whatever, and spend our time shopping. And we love it. We love it, love it, love it. That's not right. That stitch is not come up in the right hole. There. That's better. Oh, just love being able to whiz through this black. That's this bit now closed in. I don't think that'll take much filling. About 300 stitches in that, I reckon. And when it comes round to filling in that won't take long at all. just mark off these lines, make sure that I am still in the right place. I am. Good stuff. You can see now this shape's sort of coming in here down this side of this stained glass. Anyway, thank you all for your lovely comments. It's always a pleasure to read through these, and I do like to respond to them. It feels like giving back, really. You guys have taken the time to comment, and I should only reply to those comments. And it's nice to see some new commenters as well. And obviously we've had some new subscribers, so if you are newly subscribed here, welcome. And feel free to leave me a comment, because I will always talk about them in these chatty stitch with me's. It gives me something to talk about. It gives me a subject, which is great. And if you do want to become more involved in my Simply a Stitcher world, I do have a Facebook group, Simply a Stitcher and Friends, a couple of joining questions. It helps us to screen out bots, so please do answer those to be admitted to the group. But yeah, it's really, really nice to be able to share stitching with people who have the same obsession, I suppose. It is a bit of an obsession, really, I think. I can't imagine a day without stitching. Oh, I hope I hear a cat on the move. Just get rid of this end. There we go. I have to work today, sadly. It is a Monday, and I have work. Oh, well, that's no good, is it? It's only a teeny tiny piece of thread. Start of a new week. But hey, only 5 days of it is dedicated to the work life. So I'd like to be a lady of leisure, but alas, that is not to be. Maybe one day, I've still got about 18 years of working to do before I can retire. 68 for women in the UK. It's the state retirement age, and I am nearing 50. So another 18 years, as long as that does not change. Another 18 years of my nose to the grindstone and busy working away. At least I have a desk job, an inside job where I'm warm and dry. It could be worse. I could be, an outdoor worker, or, work in uncomfortable conditions. So I suppose I should be, really be thankful for that. I'm an indoor gal. I don't want to be an outdoor worker again. I did that. Andy's an outdoor worker, and he comes in his job because he's actually delivers parcels. And then, of course, he does his TBI stuff, so he's outdoors more time than he is in. And I think it's advantage me, being an indoor gal, having a warm office to go to, or a cool office, depending on the time of year. and then being in the comfort of my own home if I'm not in the office, which I really do enjoy. I much prefer being in the comfort of my own home. I think everybody would really, wouldn't I? I am very lucky that that I am a work from home gal. Let's have a mark off. Okay. We have hit over 500, folks. That's good. I've done over 400 on this video, which is awesome sauce. Seen some progress today. Oh, that was silly. Right, I think we're almost there. So just as I am finishing these last few stitches, it's time for my usual reminders. 3 videos will be appearing on your screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes and have a look. My schedule is I release Floss Tube on a Tuesday, Stitch with Me's on Thursdays and Saturdays, and I do a live stream on Wednesdays and Sundays at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So if you can join me for all of those videos, it would be much appreciated. As I said before and said earlier, my videos are sorted into playlists for ease of watching. So if you do want to support the channel, you can do so in a couple of ways. First one, by popping on a playlist and letting it run. And what that does is that it generates some ad revenue for me, because as you know, my videos do have adverts in them. Or I do have a buy me a coffee link, so if you wish to support via that, that's also fine as well. But other than that, I haven't really got anything else. Just to say thank you guys very much indeed for watching. I have done 450 stitches on the nose, so we've got now the shape of the top of this window in. I'm just sort of filling in and going sort of straight down here. So yeah, very pleased with that. So thank you all very much indeed for watching, everyone. Do take care. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.